maybe 20 TikToks about people either in foreclosure or about to go into foreclosure.
So I'm praying to God that this person needs electronics. I'm gonna pawn my laptop.
Listen, normalize to not go buying a house and becoming house poor.
They cannot grasp the concept how single women buying homes is not a good thing.
Why does a woman always have to feel small to feed the man's ego? Being successful is not a crime, but it is a plus.
First things first, women, kudos. Very, very proud of you guys. Men, we have to catch up.
Of homes sold at 19% to single women and only 10% to single men. Women make less money than single men.
Talk, it's your boy, the one and only, your host that do the most, Mr. Vire himself, aka the villain, because they hate me for my opinion. And right now, I'm getting a whole lot of hate from the female viewers, man. They do not like that post I put up about how the rise of black single women homeowners is a negative thing in the black community. They cannot grasp the concept how single women buying homes is not a good thing, as opposed to complete strong black nuclear families buying homes together.
See, what he's talking about, keeping it together, which would be good, because if you get with a man that understands what's happening. But see, they get so caught up in just buying the homes, and they don't understand certain things like that white lady was just explaining. You can see there's going to be a drop. They don't care. We're buying more homes. How dare you hate on us? That's what they said to this man. I'm going to cut this video off right now. You guys got to watch this.
Hi guys, this is popular ideology of a woman shouldn't buy a house because when you buy a house and you're single, no man want to marry you, and men will feel threatened. Why does a woman always have to feel small to feed the man's ego? Why does the man want to shrink the woman every single time to feed their ego? If that woman is already successful, that should be a plus to you, my brother. And if your boss ain't big enough to approach her, then you are not good enough for her. If her success threatens you, please step back, because all you will do is shrink her down. Being successful is not a crime, but it is a plus. If a woman already has that going, then that should tell you that you are in the right place. Do not try to cut off her wings just because you want her to be under you. That is why it's a partnership. And if you don't see it that way, then please stay very far. And women, if you want to buy a house, please go and buy your house, and the right man will come to you.
I'm a sugar mommy, and he's my trophy boy.
Did you know that 1974 was the first year women were legally allowed to buy a home with a home loan without having a man co-sign for them because of the Equal Credit Opportunity Act? And that today, more single women are buying homes than single men, with the share of homes sold at 19% to single women and only 10% to single men, even though that single women make less money than single men.
Make it make sense.
The more you know.
That said, the majority of home buyers these days are single women. First things first, women, kudos on that. Very, very proud of you guys. Men, we have to catch up.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
I have thoughts on why that is, but I would love to know your thoughts too. Personally, as a realtor licensed in Maryland and DC, majority of my clients are actually single women too, so I see that firsthand. What I've seen generally is women tend to be more on it. They tend to be, better established mentally, financially sometimes, to be in the mind state of building wealth through real estate. Men, I have some single men that are clients of mine, but for the most part, it seems to be the women that are on it. Is this what you see? Is this what you think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Let's talk about it. I think it's the truth.
Both of them. Realtors. You ladies will be sold a dream by anybody. It's not just Chad and Tyrone anymore. You got businesses, realtors. Look at even the hair care industry, right? Who's mostly buying that? Who's mostly, I can't lie. You ladies buy a lot, and people are darn sure selling. But there's more. Give me a second.
Most of the time when I say this, everyone's like, yeah, you know what? I've been on Zillow, I can see it. But for those of you that say you want to see the data, here is 3 reasons why you do not want to buy a home right now. Number 1, the house price index. We have never seen home prices rise this much in US history without having a correction. We're in new territory here, and there will be a big correction at some point in time. Number 2, the number of realtors. Every time we go into a recessionary time that involves houses in America, a bunch of people have gone to sign up to be realtors. Check out what happened back in 2008. We have for 3 consecutive years broken records on the number of people that have signed up to be realtors. Number 3, the home prices versus the median income. Now, this is a big boy. This is a heavy hitter. Anytime we hit these levels, we have seen very negative consequences of that. And you can see that right now we are significantly higher than most times in US history. The housing market is going to correct big time. There's going to be big opportunities. Pay attention for either low interest rates or lower prices, but right now is neither of those.
Yeah, and shout out to Anton Daniel. I saw him on the Millionaire Morning Show, and he was talking about that, right? And I hope it didn't go way over people's heads, because it went over you ladies' heads. You don't pay attention to anything. Men have been saying, for even men that don't know, have said, you don't want to get into that. I made a video about it, 7 to 8 months ago. We buying homes. And then you see ladies saying they're house poor. It's sad. It really is sad, guys. This made me sad. As I was getting these clips, I'm sitting there like, you'll fall for anything. And then I think about things. I know I keep bringing up that debate, but it's true, because they were debating and things like this aren't discussed. Nobody ever thought to bring up things like this, because men said, don't do it. Men always say, don't do it. And that's the point Greg Adams was making. Do they listen to us? No. Gotten to the point where, what can we do? Look. It's about to be a buyer's market. That's what Anton Daniels was talking about this morning. Right now is the best time to buy. Like, you stack up some bread, go out there, but maybe next year, beginning next year, buy 2 homes. But I see ladies making videos. Yeah, I got 3 homes. I got 4 homes in a seller's market. You're crazy. Man, this is sad. That's why I was sad.
They on Twitter talking about they can't wait for the housing market to crash so they can get a 5-bedroom house for $3. Insane. I told my boyfriend this. I'm waiting. I'm going to get us a 10-bedroom house with $500. I promise you, when this housing market crash, I promise you.
Smart.
There's nothing more that I love in this world than being right. Last October, I posted a video about why I decided to not go through with purchasing the home that I was going to buy on I think it was like a 6.5% interest rate, even though mortgage lenders and realtors were telling me to buy because I can always refinance later. I did not go through with it because I did not want to be house poor, which is exactly what would have happened had I went through with that. It is now about 6 months later. Where the do y'all see Jerome Powell about to cut interest rates? I'm only 25, fresh 25, recently turned like 2 weeks ago. And even I knew this economy was in the gutter. So for you guys who have been in this industry for over a decade to sit here seeing the signs that y'all saw and to still influence and persuade people to go through with purchasing these homes because you guys wanted to make a quick buck, you're going to hell. I've seen maybe 20 TikToks about people either in foreclosure or about to go into foreclosure. And this is why I always say it's so important to live below your means, because in reality, especially if you're middle class, we're all about a layoff away from going into foreclosure or being evicted from homes. Truly. Especially in this economy. It's taking people damn near about a year to find a new job. And even then when they do, it's not paying what they were getting paid before.
Listen, normalize to not go buying a house and becoming house poor. Normalize buying a house and becoming house poor. It's not talked about enough. So many people are house poor. So many people are house poor. And when I say house poor,
Winter's here.
people can't even afford their mortgage. For real. People are getting $2,500 mortgages knowing that they can't afford that. Not only that, people are closing on homes with significant others. And as they're closing on a home with significant others, anything can happen to the significant other. Anything. And guess what? Now you are on your own with those bills. And those bills are extremely too high for you. So now the home is going into foreclosure because you can't afford the mortgage. Please normalize buying a home and being house poor. It's not talked about enough. It's not talked about enough. And it's crazy because I'm in a lot of Facebook groups and I see this a lot, what goes on. Some people are in upside down, flipped up situations because the house won't sell because it's too high. They bought it at a high price during a certain time and the house not even worth that for real.
Real talk alert.
So now when they go to sell it, it's like, dang, they can't even sell the house. Because when COVID hit, these houses was going crazy. And that wasn't even the value of the house for real. You can't know. And now they try to sell the house. They can't because it's not going to sell. It's not worth it. So I just want y'all to normalize that. Yeah.
All of these ladies, you got stuck. The original plan is the best plan. When that black man said we need to stick together, he was trying to be nice, right? I'm being nice too. But will they listen? That's why I mentioned the debate. Will they listen? And it's not just that. This is the crazy thing. It's not just this. It's all. There's more white feminists than anything. We have a feminist problem. Like yesterday when I showed that video, right? And I showed how feminism is close to Satanism. He gave the woman, convincing the woman, she brought sin in. She was over Adam. He's over her. God's original plan, him, man, woman. That's how it's supposed to be. And I talked about not just going the church way. We go by the way of the Bible. That's what's wrong. There's going to be people that don't believe in it. I understand that. But you know, to each his own. Let's move on.
I have thoughts this morning. I saw a post that talked about how there are about to be thousands of layoffs in an economy where jobs are scarce. Racism is driving the lack of hiring, especially of black women, after 300,000 black women have lost their jobs this year alone. People are about to be without food and water, which is a basic human right, or at least should be. And these utility companies, these housing companies, these auto companies, these insurance companies still want their money. So what does that mean for the people who are about to lose just about everything? And I cannot help but be frustrated and angered by the people who push the narrative that Kamala Harris was not the better option. That Kamala Harris was no better than the Republicans or Donald Trump, and y'all still voted for this man. And y'all forgot about the recession of 2020. We are heading into a far worse recession than 2020. And the ignorance of some of the people who were claiming, well, Trump gave us a stimulus check. He didn't give you a freaking stimulus check. Congress did. A Congress that he is, at this point, ignoring. Stupidity won, racism won, sexism won, misogynoir won. We, the American people, have lost it. The amount of disinformation and misinformation is astronomical. And these people who voted for this with such ignorance are the reason why we are here. The people that decided to stay home claiming that their votes didn't matter are the reason why we are here. And the sad part about it is They have short memory spans. Because had you not paid attention to what happened in 2020 when we were in a recession and people were losing their jobs, had you not remembered the experience of people during that time, which was only 5 years ago, and we have digital record of that time period, had you thought about that when you voted last year, we would not be here. And it frustrates my soul that people are so ignorant in this country. And it is because of that ignorance, many of us will be facing unemployment, food scarcity, likely housing scarcity, health scarcity. And they're cutting programs that will likely impact the way that our children are able to have access to food at schools. Like, some of y'all didn't even think this through. And here we are. I am beyond angry. I am beyond angry. I just haven't pitched my phone yet.
This is sad. I'm telling you guys, I really got sad making this video. Why did I get sad? Because I understand, and if anybody's ever had a consultation with me, they understand that I understand marketing, sales, and promotion, right? So when the election was happening, I saw what went down. Now, me, I don't vote for anyone. I'm not even in the country. And I could care less, to be honest with you. But what I saw Democrats, the Republicans, and I saw their marketing technique. What I saw from Kamala Harris, I saw her get rappers, Megan Thee Stallion, even black people saying, what is she doing, Megan Thee Stallion? You know what I saw Trump getting? I saw Trump getting YouTube vloggers. I saw Trump getting Logan Paul, Jake Paul. Do your research. Trump was playing chess while she was playing checkers. She wasn't ready. I'm telling you. Watch this.
So I told you I'd give you an update on the Federal Reserve repo market. Again, this is like the pawn shop for the banks. It's a backstop, a place of last resort to get quick liquidity. So basically the banks come here and they bring their treasuries, which are like diamond rings, and they exchange it for quick cash, or they bring their mortgage-backed securities and the same thing, exchange it for cash. So earlier this morning, this was at 7.75 billion in treasuries and only 7 billion in mortgage-backed securities. And again, this is twice daily operations, so now it's jumped. Today, the banks have borrowed $21 billion, $22 billion today. 14.25 billion of that was based on mortgage-backed securities as collateral. So I'm hearing a lot of reports from individuals, just looking at my comment section, that are saying banks such as Bank of America are limiting the daily transactions of cash, not at just the ATMs, but at the actual branches. Other individuals are reporting the same thing. I'm hearing that Zelle transactions have been capped for a lot of banks as well. So I don't know if this has to do with liquidity issues or this is some other issue occurring here, but I wanted to also bring your attention to, this is Fred. It's also run by, it's a chart that you can, a table I should say, that you can get from the Federal Reserve, Fred. And this basically tracks household owners' equity in real estate. And as you can see, you know, we've had some steep inclines and declines over the years, but I want you to closely look at, since it was tracked in like the late 1950s, early 1960s.
Look at something. I want you guys to see this.
The homeowners' equity has grown at a really steady pace.
That dip,
and then
2008.
it deviated. So let's pretend this is a natural curve here, this business card.
Look at the
It
rise.
deviated quite far from that with basically the monetary policies at the Federal Reserve.
Look at the rise.
And so this was the first recession. You can see that the peak
Now watch.
corrected back down to this natural line, right? So anytime we have a boom in the real estate market, homeowners' equity goes through the roof, it always corrects.
Then it goes
Let's look at
boom.
where the natural curve
And who
should
was
be
buying?
today. And this is where home equity values are at this very moment in time. So this curve is basically showing we have a long ways to fall with homeowners equity. And the reason why this is concerning is that we've had, in some cases, an ease in monetary policies. We've also had federal stimulus back in 2020. And in addition to that, we've had the entrance of a lot of commercial property owners buying real estate. And as of right now, many of those commercial landlords are foreclosing on the properties or they're exiting completely from the market. On top of that, we have foreclosures that are up 20% since last year. We have a lot of indicators to suggest that we might not only have an economic decline, but this bubble, this real estate bubble here, might actually correct down to pretty significant levels, back to this natural curve here. So anyways, I recommend everyone take a look at Fred, take a look at the homeowners equity in real estate, look at how far off we are from the natural curve. And, you know, just think about that before you jump into buying a home in the next few months.
Klarna and DoorDash have partnered. Klarna and DoorDash. You know when you order food? Yeah, people are going to start financing their burgers, their chicken sandwiches. Are we in a recession? Like, is this official? Is that the official statement that they came out with?
Crazy. They planned it for years. Men have said winter is coming. They plan these things. I saw it before it happened. Seriously. I kind of knew everything that was going to take place. What goes up must come down. That housing market, poof, flew through the roof. It has to crash. Man.
Wasted 4 hours of my life. The plasma didn't work out. So now I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, because that was going to be $100 towards my rent. I just drove an additional 45 minutes to this pawn shop. It's the only pawn shop open in a radius of 100 miles. So I'm praying to God that this person needs electronics. I'm going to pawn my laptop. It's a MacBook, and I think I got it in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. But it's in perfect condition. I literally still have the plastic and everything up here, like the screen. So hopefully he takes it. I got a case for it, and I got the original charger. So if he could just give me at least $200, hopefully more. I'm praying for more, but if he could give me at least $200, it could at least ease my mind some. Because it's crazy, because I'm so stressed out right now, but I also feel very numb. And I think it's because I'm like just over it. I'm just tired of crying. I'm tired of being stressed. I'm tired of my head constantly feeling like, I don't even know how to explain what my head feels like. It feels like somebody's inside my head punching my face like this over and over again. I'm starting to get a headache. I want to cry, but I also just feel like I don't have the time to cry. But you know what? I'm really trying to be positive, because it's not the end of the world. It's really not. It's also annoying too, because like sometimes I do wish that I had like a family or friend that I could borrow money from, you know, because I do get paid again on the 15th. But I get paid, I can make more money before then, obviously, but I just need the money for today. But I actually don't really like asking anybody, to be honest. I kind of rather struggle, but hopefully the pawn man gives me what I need. So let's just see what the hell he says, because I'm about to cry to this man. But like, look, I'll give you the boots off my feet if you if you give me what I need. Like, please.
Hi, welcome to the future.
My job released our open enrollment. It started today. I am currently paying $240 every 2 weeks for health insurance for a family, correct? Now, that does not include my vision, dental, 401k, or disability. So when you add all of those in, I'm paying about $550 every 2 weeks for my entire family to have medical, dental, vision. I have disability coverage, and I also contribute to my 401k. We just got our benefits for next year. What I'm currently paying $240 every 2 weeks for is going up to $709 every 2 weeks. That does not include my 401k, my vision, my dental, my disability insurance. How can I possibly survive paying $1,500 just in medical coverage? Just in medical coverage. They already kicked our spouses off of our coverage because they said if your spouse can get insurance through their job, we're cutting them off. So not only did you cut them out, it tripled. $700 just for medical benefits every 2 weeks. I'm not even talking about a month. This is bi-weekly. How is this? And I work in medical. How is this fair? How does this work for anybody? I can literally cry. I have a daughter that's graduating college next year. I have a daughter that's getting married next year. On top of that, we have to live. How? How can anybody live spending just $1,500 a month just in healthcare that doesn't cover our dental, that doesn't cover our vision? On top of that, there's a $2,000 deductible and a 20% co-insurance. So either way, anytime we go to the doctor, anytime we do anything, we got to come out of pocket. On top of what I'm already paying. When is this nation supposed to be great again? Because it's getting worse.
In order to make the nation great again, right? What's going to happen? See, everything. You ever notice what you see in movies? What do you see? You see them talking about things like, you see them saying submit. You ever saw that before? Submit or obey, right? Think about it. Submit, obey. If you owe this money, what do you have to do? It's deep. I'm going deep on you now. What do you have to do if you need a handout? Obey.
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen.
You notice what I'm doing? What is that? Who? Obey. Who did that? Hitler, right? What's happening to America right now? You know, when a lot of things, there were a lot of gems given to people. They put them in movies. You ever notice they do that? You notice the occult, right? The same people that started feminism. You notice the occult. When they talk about it, you see it on YouTube, guys. Oh, they're doing all of the hand symbolism and all that. You see everybody's with it. They're with it to keep you dumbed down. With television, music, it's that serious. Because how they feel, how they're going to make America great again, is by making you obey. You know how long presidents, man, I can't, I gotta stop. Woo, I gotta stop. Be sure to subscribe. Also, if anyone, I gotta give you guys this offer. If anyone wants to do a Bible study, I'm open to it. Contact me, hit me up on my email. Peace out. See you next video.